Hey everybody, welcome to Raises Crafts. Today I'm going to show you how to turn this into a whole lot of this for as cheap as humanly possible. The point of today's show, or the point of any of the shows I do, is to show you how to be able to do wargaming, crafting, and things for basically miniature nature for as cheap as humanly possible. If I can't get it done for less than 20 bucks, it ain't worth my time. So, are you ready? Alright, like I said, on today's episode we're going to turn wet flour foam. It's the same stuff you can buy at Dollar Tree, Walmart, like $3.97 for 3 blocks, into phenomenal fine ground flocking. It's the same stuff you use on hills, it's the same stuff I use when I do all of the different terrain and things. I have nothing sitting around the desk to show you, but alright, so, as bad as it sounds, you're going to want to get a grater, probably not your mother's, so borrow one, or go buy one for yourself, and you're just going to start grating it down. Might take a few minutes, but as you grate it, just grate it into a big container, and just keep going and going. So, alright guys, this is going to take a minute to get everything all ground down, so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through all this so you don't have to watch me. Alright everybody, once you've ground it down, you're going to notice the fact you've got a really fine powder. I mean, it's super fine. And you want that. You want that to be really, really, really well done. You want it to just be kind of that kind of powdery mess. Hopefully you guys can see that in the camera. I don't think the lighting's all that great, but I'm going to do what I can as I go. So, but yeah, remember, just real fine grade. I mean, it's I bought it from the Dollar Tree. It's not overly expensive or anything else. Another one I picked up is one like this. Little bigger holes, does the exact same thing. I just like this because I think it gets a better grind on it. So, you may not want to make all of your flocking up at once. So again, containers are containers. I have yogurt containers. I have ones I pick up from the Dollar Tree. I've got pickle jars. Hold all kinds of stuff. So, but put all of your extra into a container so you've got it in there. Because for the next step, you may not want all of it. Maybe you only want to do part of it. Maybe you want multiple colors. Maybe you want to do a nice mix set. You know, there's going to be a bunch of different stuff you're going to want to do. So, we're going to move on to the next part. The next part we're going to do is we're going to get our green. I like to use cheap stuff from Walmart. Doesn't need to be overly expensive. Doesn't need to be amazing. Surely doesn't need to be the best stuff you could ever buy ever. Because it's not important. The biggest thing is the shade. I like this one. It's a Christmas green. You get a real nice grass color out of it. And we're going to put just a nice swirl on the bottom of our container. You can see that. It's not, you know, ridiculous amount. I'd say maybe 1.5 ounces, 2 ounces, just enough to cover the bottom. This is kind of a big container. Again, mixing bowl I picked up from Dollar Tree. Otherwise, I have my son's toy bucket if I'm mixing up a whole lot of it, or if I'm doing clump foliage or something like that, which I can show you guys I can do later. You know, I make it for next to nothing. Actually, I think one big container I'll make for less than 20 cents. So, alright, what you want to do, take a little bit of that and a little bit of just plain water. Maybe, again, 4 ounces. Get your stir stick. This one obviously I've used a few hundred times. And I'll mix it up in there. Mix it, stir it, mix it, stir it. And to mix in just a little bit of your flocking. And stir it up. It's going to kind of turn into a paste. Stir in some more. Oops. Or put the whole container in. You know, whatever works. Whatever works. You know, if it's not mixing the way you want it, you can always add more water. And you can add more paint. You know, it's not science. It's not, you know, you got to do the perfect amount of this and the perfect amount of that. And, oh, the perfect amount of all of everything else. Because, you know what? Doesn't matter. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Keep mixing it until you get everything coated. You want to really work it. You notice I'm just kind of working it around in there, swirling it around. Sometimes if it's really not getting how I want it to get, it's not getting the color I want it, I'll grab a pair of gloves and I'll work it by hand. You don't need a pair of gloves. It's not direly important. I put on gloves because, well, I just don't want to color my hands green. I run a coffee shop and trying to get paint off your hands sometimes is a pain, so I'm lazy and we do it this way. So mix it, 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 mix it. And you'll notice that it starts getting that real nice texture, real nice color to it. If you're mixing it by hand, you'll feel it start to clump together really nicely. It's almost kind of like it wants to be clay, but still real fine and mixed. And once you get it mixed, and again, I don't know if you can really see that. Hopefully you can see that. At some point I'll get another camera and it'll be a little easier. Or I'll change the camera angle. Here, let me change this camera angle for a second. Be right back, guys. Okay, so change the angle. Hopefully you can see that a little better. It's that real nice fine green. And this is exactly how you want it to be. And it will dry that real nice color once everything's mixed in there. Hopefully everything's decent in that picture. So what you want to do is, again, don't steal your wives or your mothers. Your grandma may not notice. Get a cooking tray that you're not in love with and flatten it out. Just wiggle it around, let it go. And you want to let it dry. So, while this dries, I am going to go do something else. So, see you guys in a little bit. Alright, y'all. So we let it all dry. And then if you can tell, it's real nice and fine. Doesn't look bad at all. So, the next step, what you're going to want to do is go get yourself a strainer. Wire mesh, real simple, straightforward. Again, don't steal your mother's. You want one for you. Dollar Tree is your friend here. You push it off to the side. And just shove it through. Breaks up any clumps that may have formed, any little bits of the foam that may not have gotten completely ground down, anything like that. Real simple and easy. Just shove it through the mesh. Sing a little song while you do it. It's more fun. A lot better than just sitting in silence. Unless you like sitting in silence. In which case, sit in silence. Alright. But yeah. That's a beautiful, beautiful flocking. But personally, I think it's just as good as the fine flocking you can get from like Woodland Scenics for... It's all said and done. I don't know, less than $1 or $2. It's nice. Alright. So, now that you have all that. Alright guys, it's that simple. Just a little ingenuity and stopping by the Dollar Tree and you got yourself a whole lot of flocking for a little bit of nothing. So, if you have any questions, leave it in the comment section down below. Otherwise, like, share, do what you do. And have a great day, guys. Keep crafting.